Hey, this is Matt Boggs, and I wanted to bring you with me on a little adventure. I'm going to cook some dinner for my wife tonight, and it actually sparked a thought about a particular story that I know that I want to share with you because it really matters when it comes to us creating the results that we want in our life. So come with me. We're going to go grab some of these groceries, and then I'm going to tell you the story. Come on. So I'm in Huntington Beach right now, and I'm coming to get some spaghetti at this little grocery store that we have. And we're making spaghetti tonight, like I said, and it actually got me thinking about an experiment that was done. And the results of this experiment totally blew my mind. These experimenters got a group of kindergartners together and a group of MBAs together, and they actually faced them off to see which group could build the tallest spaghetti tower and suspend a marshmallow on top. So here, let's grab the spaghetti and then I'll fill you in on what happened. All right. Okay, so this story is all about challenging our assumptions, because sometimes just what the assumptions we make, what we assume about life, can become our own roadblocks or our own impediments to the things that we want. And here's what I mean. So this team of experimenters put together this challenge where they brought in a group of kindergartners and a group of MBA students. They gave each group some dry spaghetti, just like this, some tape, and also a marshmallow. And they said, okay, your goal is to build the tallest tower that you can and have the marshmallow stand on top. And then both groups went to work. Which group do you think at the end of the day had the tallest tower? Now, chances are, if you're hearing me tell this story, there might be a part of you that says, well, if he's telling the story, the chances are the kindergartners have the tallest tower. But if you were a betting person and you were just gonna watch this from the side, which group do you really think would build the taller tower? A group of MBA students or kindergartners? I think if before the results came out, most of us would say, well, the adults, the MBA people would build the tallest tower. And actually, that's not what happened. If you thought the kindergartners were the ones that built the tallest tower, you're right. And there's a couple of reasons why they did. But let me ask you this first. Why do you think when the results all came in, the kindergartners actually had the tallest spaghetti towers over the MBA students? You might be thinking, well, it was because they were more creative. Or maybe because they didn't think or worry about failing. Or maybe because, they were more playful in how they did it. Or maybe because they were willing to try new things. And if that's part of your reasoning, then you're right on. The kindergartners, compared to the MBA students, see what the MBA students did is they sat back and they all started to draw out their designs on paper first. And then they submitted their designs as an entire group, and then they voted on which design they think should be the best. And they argued about it, and they took it extremely seriously, and they were intense about this experiment. And then finally, when they all agreed on which one it was gonna be, they argued over who was gonna be the leader, and then they built one structure where the kindergartners didn't do that at all. In fact, the kindergartners got in there and they built lots of structures. They tried out lots of things. They didn't just sit back and theorize about it and put it on paper. They actually got into the game and they tried it on, and they built structures that didn't work. They built structures that were good, and they thought, well, how can we make this even better? So the key is getting in lots of tries. But that wasn't just the only key. And this next point is the biggest point. And that is a hidden assumption that the MBA students made. Now, when the MBA students ran out of the spaghetti that they had, they figured they were done. When the kindergartners ran out of the spaghetti that they were given, what they did is they went to the facilitator, they went to the front of the room and they said, hey, can we have some more spaghetti? And the facilitator said, yeah, you bet. Here you go, here's some new spaghetti. The MBA students had a hidden assumption that they weren't allowed to have more spaghetti, where the kindergartners simply asked for what they wanted. They got the structure built as tall as they could, and then they asked for more spaghetti and they packed it on top, all with a marshmallow on top. And that's how they ended up beating the MBA students. So the question becomes, what are the hidden assumptions that you're making where you might be limiting yourself? Or where are you trying to figure it out beforehand and make sure that it's all perfect before you engage, before you really try some things out, before you get your hands dirty and get in there in the game of life, in the things that matter to you. See, every one of us has areas where we limit ourselves because we're making assumptions that we're not good enough or smart enough, or we're not capable enough, or we don't have what it takes to have the resources that we want to take our lives to the level where we want them to go. So in this video, let's challenge those assumptions. Let's challenge the areas where we think we're limited, and let's ask for the resources that we want. I challenge you to get in the game faster, try some things more quickly, be willing to fail, and ask for the resources that you need in order to get to where you want to go. And when we do, we might just be as smart and creative and playful as those kindergartners and build our tower of success. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you again soon.